Even if you're on a gluten-free, dairy-free, or paleo diet, doesn't mean you can't enjoy an amazing Thanksgiving meal. I'm so lucky to have Laurel Gallucci of Sweet Laurel Bakery, one of my favorite bakeries here in Los Angeles. She's gonna show us how to make a charred and butternut squash tart with zucchini lattice. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And just a little note, we're both pregnant. What do we do first?
Okay, so our crust is what we're gonna make first. It is so simple. All you need is 2 cups of almond or hazelnut flour, 1 organic egg, half a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and 2 tablespoons of either coconut oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil. You can also use ghee. And it's gonna become a very moist crust. I like to plop my dough in there, and you can use your fingers, or for a neater version, just use a piece of parchment paper and simply press in your crust.
When you figured out you had a few things that didn't agree with you and an intolerance to some ingredients, was it difficult to make that transition?
Yes, it was. Like swapping out butter and sugar and flour for other ingredients was really complicated.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, but it was actually kind of easy because my doctor basically gave me a list of foods I could eat, and I just worked with those foods.
You know, for me, I have a few, like I can tell, like when I've had too much sugar or too much gluten, and it's always like, you just can feel it. And then when you go, okay, don't eat these 4 things. And it's like, if you know that and you can stick to that, it does make it easier than kind of coming in and coming out, you know, and cheating.
Totally.
I cheat a lot, especially now that I'm pregnant.
And then we pop our beautiful little tart in the oven for about 10 minutes.
350?
Yes.
10 minutes? Done. Okay, so let's talk filling.
Yeah. So for our filling, we are going to need 1 to 2 cups of steamed and chopped butternut squash, 2 to 3 organic eggs, 1 shallot chopped into quarters with the layers separated, 2 tablespoons of avocado oil or your oil of choice to saute our 1 bunch of Swiss chard, which we're gonna chop in a minute, 1 to 2 tablespoons of tarragon leaves, a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. We're also gonna use a zucchini to make our pretty lattice.
Okay, so show me a little trick on how we do this.
The first thing I like to do is chop off our ends here. We're gonna use the ribbed portion, but not the part that was chopped from the ground directly. And then I'm gonna chop our chard right at the base of the green leaves. Chard has a pretty hefty vein in the center. What we're gonna do is just on each leaf, kind of just chop around that vein. And if you're not a chard person, it's all good because you can use kale or spinach or any green really.
We're gonna use this?
Yes, we're gonna use those.
I never knew we could use this.
Yeah, we're gonna saute them with our greens. So what I'm gonna do is stack my greens up here, and I'm just gonna chop them into little 1 to 2 inch squares, and you can just give it a good chop. And then these guys we're gonna saute along with the greens. Yeah, they add a really nice little color. Yeah, definitely can. And we're just gonna do a light saute on the stove in 1 tablespoon of avocado oil or whatever oil you like to use. I would say 5-minute saute so it's nice and soft. And then we're gonna just set it aside and let it cool a little bit while we prepare the rest of our filling ingredients. We're gonna add our eggs to the bowl. Give these a quick little whip together. We're gonna add our shallot, fresh herbs. Molly likes to go easy on the cayenne.
But I didn't realize how much flavor.
No,
like
this
I
is
always
a lot.
think, okay, all right. So go easy, just a couple of spoons.
This is a lot for even me. So I'm just gonna add a pinch of this here.
You can add a little bit more.
Okay.
It's fine.
So this I'm just gonna mix together.
And so you leave the shallots whole, kind of just sliced and quartered and layered.
Yes.
Okay.
When they roast in the oven, which they're gonna bake for about 30 to 35 minutes, the flavor just like really pops out of them.
I like it.
And now we're gonna add the sauteed chard.
So we're just gonna add all of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good. Next, we're gonna grab our tart and put our filling inside the tart. And sometimes you have a little too much filling. Feel free to leave it out because in the oven, it will start leaking out if you have too much in there. Next thing we're gonna do is just give pops of color here with the butternut squash. So I'm gonna take some cubes and I'm just gonna place them. If you wanna help me do this.
It's quite deliberate, yeah.
Yeah, so that's beautiful.
That looks so pretty, look at this.
So the next step is making our lattice. And for your lattice, you want a zucchini that's pretty long just because we're gonna be peeling away strips of zucchini to prepare the lattice. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my vegetable peeler, and you're obviously not gonna be able to use the first couple peels, but you wanna firmly hold it down. We might be able to use that one. And these little peels are what we're gonna use to make the lattice. And you only really need about 6 good peels. If your tart is larger, you might need some more. So we're gonna use our strips here, 2 across, and then we're gonna start weaving. We kind of do like an over one lattice under the other, and we might add another row in just about, oh yeah, this is really good. So you go over
And under.
and under, over, under.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah, and then you can just take your knife and chop off the little extras. So our beautiful zucchini lattice is ready for the oven. What we're gonna do is pop it on a pan lined with parchment paper just because some of the oil might leak out from underneath it. And we're gonna bake it at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes.
And voila. How good does this look?
Smells so good.
It smells so good. I'm so impressed. I have to say, we have to try it. We're pregnant.
Yeah. Totally.
We have to try
We're
it
hungry.
now. The ultimate fulfillment right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so the time has
Yummy.
come. So it's chard and butternut squash tart with a zucchini lattice. I'm so excited. Okay, should we do it?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. Oh my God, that's so good. That is delicious. And you're right, the hazelnut, the flour, it really gives it that savory, kind of hearty feeling. So where can we find you as I continue to eat this?
So you can find out more about Sweet Laurel at www.sweetlaurel.com, or you could follow us on Instagram or at Facebook at Sweet Laurel Bakery. And we also have a really rockin' vlog that you can
And also
find
check
on
the
our
blog
website.
because she has amazing pop-ups all over Los Angeles, which are really great. You can pop in. She gives amazing classes, like she gave us
you.
one here today. We love hearing from you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Let us know your tips and tricks. And also send me recipes. I'm always looking for like the one pot meals, the one things that you can make all at one time and you look good and you feed an entire family. So
Totally.
thank you. This is delicious and
So
it's
glad
healthy.
you like it.
You know, I
Yeah.
think that's the most important thing.
Super fun.
Healthy.
Good for the baby.
Exactly.